Everybody, this is Qbear back again with FluidDruid.net to bring you the Staghelm encounter and 25 normal firelands. Basically, when we pull, we all started grouped out, which forced them into scorpion mode. We lost a little bit of time on the pull here, just making sure we got them pulled all the way to the middle. You saw the priest life grip the tank there in the beginning, but basically the middle makes cat phase a lot easier. We would have ended up transitioning this way anyway, so it's just, you know, losing a little DPS off your pre-pot or losing a little DPS during transition. It's kind of just how you play it. When he's in his scorpion thing, basically you can see on the bottom his energy bar filling up. Every time his energy bar fills up, he does that AoE slash that shares damage amongst everybody in front of him in a cone, which is why you see me just doing the whole mangle spam thing right here. If you're good at timing it, you can definitely shred, you know, come back to eat the slash. It only happens when his energy bar reaches full. However, I didn't see the reason to do that. I mean, it's progression. I was making sure that I was handling mechanics versus doing max damage right here. Definitely every time his energy bar fills, he gets a buff, which increases the rate at which his energy bar fills. So after a certain amount of time, you're going to be forced to take this guy into cat form because you'll be unable to heal the raid before every meteor slash, which is what happens right here. We take that one and then split up. There was a little confusion as a split. You saw everybody kind of stutter step there, but we get it done. And here in cat form, the only thing, as you can see, this is why we pull him to the center. The boss stays here in the center. We got our entire raid group spread around the circle pretty evenly, which makes it so every time he hops, everybody can just shift a little bit, you know, instead of the whole raid having to do whatever, and it works out perfectly. By the time the fire circles pretty much take up the outer ring there, it's going to be time to take this dude back in a scorpion form. So, I mean, it's perfect using that circle as proper markers. I know we're all about feral deeps here. However, one good thing to bring up to your range group, as you can see on those two on the left, as he lays first ones down, the range, if they can, should really try to group around it so that there's plenty of room and stuff. They'll eventually despawn. However, for here, the very beginning is when you need to try to keep this guy either in cat or scorpion for the longest amount of time possible. We used one tank, so eventually all those little cats, the DPS couldn't keep up with killing them in time. So we were forced again to take this guy back in the scorpion. You see there that I got a debuff. Basically what happens is every third transition between scorpion and cat for this guy, he's going to do an extra ability, right? So every time we go into scorpion, he puts these living seeds on people. Now if you look to the far left, you'll see very different counters. Everybody has the same debuff but different timers. These work kind of like the platforms, the cinders on Nefari and Heroic, if you've ever done that. When you get the debuff, you don't want to run out immediately. A good point of reference is you want to wait till there's 4 seconds left on the debuff, then run out. Remember, this guy stays a scorpion depending on how many people are grouped up. So if too many people with their debuffs pop the gun and just run out early, then you're going to see this guy shift back into cat, which is what you don't need to happen right away. So you saw me run out again at about 4 seconds. That's another opportunity for your feral charge free ravage, which you didn't see me do. But again, I think, gosh, this was, what was it, like 1 o'clock in the morning when we finally got here. It was definitely a long night of raiding, but you know, everybody has their own style. From here, the only other really important things to note is every time this guy does shift forms, he gets another buff, which is going to make his main ability, whatever happens when he gets max energy, do more damage. So basically, when he's in scorpion form, that AoE cone slash is going to hit like a truck, you know, the more times he shifts forms. And then again, the fire patch, anybody caught in that's going to pretty much get one shot. But also the spirits that he spawns actually do more damage, the copies he makes when he leaps out. So it's really important that as this guy keeps shifting between phases, that if you're just kind of casually cleaving down the spirits, just waiting, you know, till Scorpion phase or whatever to get them. But if you've seen this buff get to about 4 or 5 or so, it's a good idea to actually focus down spirits and then start working on the boss. Overall, this fight's pretty fun. I don't know if it's getting hotfixed, but it was pretty glitchy when I did this. A lot of the times we'd actually push him. It's supposed to be every 3 transformations he does either living seeds or flame orbs, which I'll talk about here in a second. However, a couple attempts he didn't spawn either for quite a few shifts. So hopefully they get all that cleaned up. I mean, more than half of our best in slot gear, it seems like, drops off this guy. I know it really doesn't, but there's a lot of pieces we need from this dude. So it's very, very cool that I get in here and see him. It's a pretty good fight. So again, everybody just moves up so we can shift them. You see, every time he goes to cast his main ability, whether it be seeds or these orbs, he stuns the raid for 3 seconds, so that's nothing to really worry about. It's just so that he can cast and caster form and not get beat up. Basically, these orbs will channel the person nearest to him, and it hits pretty hard. However, the duration, the dot that it leaves isn't very long. So you can't just have one person eating it. You're gonna need to trade between a couple folks. But yeah, other than that, I mean, this is the fight. We do one more cool thing here. We don't think we can take a full meteor slash between our raid group. So you actually see us push him, let his energy bar hit like 90%, and then shift again immediately because he's so close to death, and we don't want to take that ultimate ability. I mean, that's the fight. If you have any questions about overall raid strategy, of course, be checking out learntoraid.com. If you have any, you know, or you're just trying to maximize your feral DPS, definitely FluidDruid.net is the website you need to be looking at. I'm Qbear, and I'll catch you on the next boss skill.